Greetings, fellow sailor. Here to listen to one of my grand adventures? How about that time I joined some gunpowder merchants? Or the time I went face to face with the Megalodon? Ooh, I know. Let's start at the beginning, when the seas were unexplored, and it was a race to become pirate legend. I was a new sailor at the time, like most people on the seas, and there was one thing everybody wanted, the coveted fort loot. Because back then, it was rarer than the shrouded ghost. My crew and I had been sailing the seas for a few weeks now, and we thought we could take on the challenge. So we hurried over to Keelhaul Fort, only to find that the battle had already begun. Two rival galleons were laying waste to each other, turning each other into splinters. We joined the fight. It was chaotic. All three ships firing cannons at each other, all trying to get people onto the fort to actually get the thing done. The battle was getting dire. With only myself and two crew members, we didn't have enough manpower to keep the ship afloat. But then, the cloud disappeared. The fort was finished. So all ships, confusingly, decided to pull up to the fort. My crewmates went to the other ships to find the key, and I stayed behind to guard. As night fell and the other ships were lit up like shooting stars in the sky, I heard splashing under the front of the ship, and I thought to myself, I would be coming down here. So I looked over and there was a rival pirate swimming in the water. I didn't think much of it, and then he turned, and he had the key, so I dove in after him. I had the key. We had to get out of there. I ordered my crew back to the ship and we set sail. As we swung around the large rocks to the west of the fort, I decided to jump off the ship, climb up and hide with the key. That way the other ships, if they caught up to our ship, wouldn't get the key. And there I waited, in anticipation for my crew's return. And then, on the horizon, I spotted them. They had emerged victorious. So we returned to the fort, opened the vault, and started loading up the loot. We were almost done when on the horizon, the enemy had returned. Our original plan to go to Sanctuary Outpost had been cut off, so we booked it down to Golden Sands to try and sell the loot before we could be attacked. We were against the wind. It was not looking good. But then, my captain, in an insane move, back in that day, it was pretty crazy, he jumped off the back of the ship and intercepted the enemy ship. We thought they were going to catch us. We didn't know what happened, and then they stopped. He dropped their anchor. We crashed headlong into Golden Sand, sold all the loot, and decided, let's wait at the tavern to see if the enemy ship would catch up to us. And there we waited outside the tavern, anticipating the enemy ship's arrival, but they never showed. So we drank up to our heart's content. And that is the tale of my first fort. And there would be many more to come in the future.